Hi, welcome to the live stream this morning. So I'm going to be channeling Archangel Raphael, and Raphael will be giving messages, maybe do some clearing as well, and talk about the week ahead as well. Um, and um, and just to quickly mention on the description, we have the links for Gaza again. Um, because obviously, it's an ongoing situation. So, if anyone wanted to donate to help people there, and also a link to the Archangel Raphael site, and that's for one-to-one sessions, 5-minute transmissions, the shamanic protocol, which I'll be starting again on Sunday, which will run from Sunday to Saturday. Um, and also on the Gen site, you can sign up if you wanted to join groups, which are every Monday and every other Friday. And also on the Gen site, we've got groups, old groups, which have where the recordings are there. So on all different subjects as well, to buy if you wanted. So. Yes, I'm just going to let Archangel Raphael come in and speak through me. Hmm. 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 I would like you to know that what I am seeing is that energies at the moment are very much about going forwards in a way where you are really going into new ways of being in the world. So you are letting go of old ways, old approaches to life. And I will say, generally, for people, it will mean that you will not be doing as much as you have been doing in the old age. It will be a lighter time, a time where you will focus more on doing things that you really enjoy and love, and doing things in the way that you really feel inspired by the process, rather than doing things because you have to get those things done. And as a result, you will end up doing less, but have a greater impact on life. And in return, you will have more abundance. That is what I see for all of you. I see simpler lives, lives where you will generally be doing less, but receiving more, where you will be doing what you truly enjoy to do. And you may even find that sometimes you end up feeling a bit like you are wondering what to do with your day, because you will have more time to enjoy your life, do the things that you really love, the things that you do just for the sake of it. And what I will say to those of you who are unfamiliar with this is, don't try in any way to make your life as it has been before. So if you find yourself with plenty of free time, don't automatically fill it up with the things you have been doing in the past. Be with yourself and see what comes to you automatically, because it is the right time for new things to come in. So you may find yourself actually feeling inspired to do things you have never done before. You may suddenly feel that you would really like to explore something that has not occurred to you before. But be open to new things coming in. Don't get into the old mindset that you have to fill your time up with things which are productive, things which make you money, things that bring in something into your life that is meant to be life enhancing, but perhaps takes from you in the process. Rather, be with your higher self. See what wants to come in. Because what I will say generally is that everything that you enjoy doing, that brings you joy and pleasure, will actually help you to have a bigger impact on the world when it comes to the things that you do as your higher purpose. So, none of the things that you do in your free time is to simply pointless. It will always help you in some way to serve your higher purpose, but it may simply be that it brings you pleasure, it makes you feel lighter, it raises your vibration. And these things are just as valuable as the things you do, which are directly about your purpose. I hope I am making sense, but it is a new time. There are new ways of doing things, new approaches to life. And it is not so much about getting caught up in old ways at this time. It is about letting go. And even if you find yourself with a gap, something that needs to be filled, it is okay. Just let it be filled in the right way. Ask the universe, but don't try to fill up the spaces in your life with things you have done in the past. Be open to new things. I also would like you to know that there is no such thing as really needing to be with people in the capacity of trying to make them believe what you believe, even if what you believe is absolutely correct on all levels. It is a time where people are making choices. Some people will choose the way of the light, but other people won't. And don't try to persuade anyone of what you see the truth to be. Just let go. And if people are not open, let them go their own way and find out in their own way what the truth is. I will even say that when you are like this, people are more likely to want to hear your point of view. They are more likely to want to listen to you. But don't force things on people, because when you do, it does create an energy vibration that people naturally want to resist. So let go and be yourself. Say what you want to say in the way that you want to say it, but don't say it with the intention of persuading anyone. Just be in your own energy and let go. I also want you to know that when you are doing light work, sometimes people can be very skeptical of what you are doing. They can even be negative, critical, make out you are doing something that is negative, perhaps accuse you of things you are not doing, tell you things that you really are not right, and make you feel like you are not able to do your work easily. And those of you who have this in your life, remember that one of the best ways of clearing this is to actually go deeper and see where it is all coming from. Because what I am seeing for some of you here is that you may have had lives where you have been falsely accused of doing things, perhaps even burnt alive as a witch, or accused of doing things to people which you really were not. And as you clear these energies, this type of energy will no longer reach you. You won't come across it anymore. Or some of you here may have had lives where you have got involved with darker things without realizing it. Perhaps you were in ancient Egypt and your energy had got contaminated in some way. Perhaps you were given some sort of device that made you in some way or another susceptible to receiving negative frequencies that would then come through you. Because things like this were really common in Egypt, Egyptian times in particular. So perhaps there is something to clear here where you have had these problems, and then people come in from past lives, accuse you of doing things you are not. But what I am really trying to say is for those of you who are light workers, perhaps channeling energies which are very high frequency, doing healing, hands on healing, light work, light language, light drawings, anything along these lines, remember to clear out these kinds of energies from your vibration. And in this way, you will attract the right audience for your work. You will find people who really appreciate what you do, who appreciate what you are doing on all levels, the frequencies you work with. You will no longer attract the energies that make you feel that you are not understood, where people are skeptical. And what I will say to those of you who are perhaps ready to launch yourselves on a deeper level of life as light workers, as healers, therapists, people who are doing very high frequency work, remember to look into this, to clear away these things and get through this. You really will attract people who appreciate you. I also want you to know that when you go deep into the timelines, you will often find that Egyptian timelines are very much going to be pronounced at this time. Because in Egypt there were many light workers, many people working with very high frequencies, but there was also a lot of negative pollution, a lot of negativity, a lot of energies that came in which were darker. So, as you clear this away, you will find it easier to go forwards with your light work. I also would like to share that in this age, generally, those of you who do carry negative frequencies will find it quite easy to clear them away. That the new age is not really about competition, negativity. Generally, people just don't like it. They will call it art, and people have really got over their need to compete with each other generally. I do see this in the energy that people generally prefer to appreciate each other. They like to go into energies where they can really value what each other is bringing into the world, benefit from it, and in this way lift each other up. So, if you are ever feeling these energies come into your life, remember that it is most likely coming in from very old times, especially Egypt and Atlantean times, times where there has been a lot of light, but a lot of pollution and competition as well. I also want you to know that when you focus on lifting others up, you will attract this into your life. So when you have this in your mind, in your higher mind, feel it from the inside, you will attract people who will do the same for you. So whatever you give out will come back to you. And when you come from a really authentic place where you are not trying to lift people up as a way of being because it is a strategy, but because you really want to do this and you are doing it from an authentic place, not giving out false information to make people feel better, but actually going very deep and really finding ways that you can help people to transcend their problems, help people to clear challenges away, help people to be lifted from a very deep place within, then you will absolutely attract the same back. And this is actually the frequency the New Age is all about, helping each other up. It is a very, very deep way of being that people have been in the past. And when this is your primary focus, life does become a heavenly experience. It is ultimately about sharing your gifts to enhance people's experience of life. It is about making life better for people. And when you focus on this, your life becomes better. When you focus on lifting all beings up, your life becomes extraordinary. So when you include all of life, including the animal kingdom, including plants, including all life, your life actually becomes absolutely extraordinary. And the more types of life you include, the better your life becomes. And I am saying this because I want you to know that this is the way of the new age. It is about expanding yourself more and more to include all life. And it may first start by including people of all different types of races, cultures. and then it moves to including all types of life. And eventually, you are able to appreciate each and every part of life. You are able to actually nourish life by simply appreciating it, simply by observing it, feeling it, and understanding that you are a part of the same light. And this kind of energy is very powerful. So I am encouraging you all to keep going deeper into the light, keep working from the inside to build life up, to make it more beautiful, to make people feel really good on the inside, but from a deep place. And if you are feeling that what you offer is not able to do this, then remember it is about going deeper. It is about getting to a place where you can really be in this type of vibration, where you can go really deep and you can help life. And even if you are sometimes getting some negative feedback, remember that when your intention is good, when you are going deep and giving from this place, it will ultimately always have a positive impact on life because the intention behind what you are doing is very positive. So do not be put off by negative feedback because occasionally what can happen is that what you offer in the world can be misunderstood, or perhaps people need something slightly different to what you offer, so it does not really help them, or that is how they feel. Or perhaps there are other things that are coming into people's vibration which interfere with them, negative entities, negative energies. So when you provide a service, what you offer is not able to really reach them, that they are not able to feel the benefit. But what I want to say is that when you are working from in a way which is very deep, which is very authentic, ultimately you are doing good work and it will be appreciated. And don't let anything put you off. And if something comes in which is negative, then simply see where it is coming from, get a sense of what is going on, and then you are able to clear it. I also would like you to know that some people who are light workers give up very fast as soon as they feel that what they are doing is not appreciated. And that is why I am reminding you to keep going within, to keep clearing away past lives, clearing away anything negative, keep going within to get clarity. I also would like to share that every single person in the world is starting afresh. So even if you are well established in what you do, you are having a new start at the moment. So this means that you will naturally feel a bit insecure, a bit like you are not quite sure what you are meant to be doing. And what I will say is if you are feeling like this, just be with yourself. Don't try to fill things up with things that occur to you in your mind as a way of making yourself feel better. Just be with the unknown for a while until what is new is ready to come in. I also will say that when you feel like this, it is a good time to prepare yourself inside. So, to clear anything that is in the way of doing your higher purpose, to prepare the soil, so to speak, for new seeds to come in. So anything that is bothering you, anything that you are still feeling inside, which is negative, can be cleared away. I have one more thing to say about this, and that is in this time, very old energies are coming up, energies that do need to be cleared. So if there is something there, it will be coming up at this time. So give yourself plenty of time to do work on yourself, to clear away the negative. I would like to speak about something else now, and that is every single person in the world is serving a function. Nobody is simply here for the sake of it. And those people who feel like this, they are often, in one way or another, perhaps not quite ready to be serving their higher function. But what I will say is eventually everyone will have a function that is useful to others. And so, for this reason, don't be dismissive of anyone, even someone who seemingly does nothing useful in life, because eventually they will. And I want you to be in this mindset because sometimes I see people being critical of each other when they see others not doing a lot, but they are not really knowing what that person is doing. It could be they are clearing a lot of old energy from their system, clearing trauma, recovering from something. Perhaps they have had a lot of problems in their life or old lives. Perhaps they have come from a background that is highly abusive. Perhaps they have had problems being grounded because of negative frequencies. Perhaps they are even being affected by unseen forces, something darker. Perhaps they are clearing their ancestral line of very negative energy that keeps people in a low place. But you never know what others are doing, even if people seem like they do absolutely nothing useful. You just don't know what they are doing on another level. So I want you to know this, and I want you to remember this with loved ones as well, with children, family members, to be a bit softer and more gentle, that don't expect your children to be as you were perhaps, because these are new times, times where people are clearing up problems on a deep level. So if your children seem to do nothing with their lives, it is okay. Let them be and help them if you can with what they need help with. But don't be judgmental because this generation are clearing a lot up that will actually help generations to come. I also want you to know that with younger people, sometimes when they spend a lot of time doing things that seem completely meaningless to you, it can be that they are clearing energy in the process. They are clearing themselves by immersing themselves in activities that may seem a bit like they are not benefiting from these activities, but it can be a way of clearing energy. So I am just reminding you to be very much with your higher mind. And if there is something genuinely wrong, your guides will tell you. You will feel it intuitively. But sometimes what you may see as wrong is simply people doing what they need to clear their energy, to recover from things that you cannot see, to recover even from lives they have had that you are not able to perceive. So it is a reminder that these are special times. These are not times for the workaholic, times where you are meant to be really showing people how to do things, how to live their lives. Because in this life, everybody's life is changing, everything is changing. So be very much in your higher self. Perhaps sometimes some of you may need to put down some of the things you have been living by, you have been taught by others, and actually become a bit more like people who actually are not really knowing what the way is, and then allowing the way to be shown to you. So, this is just a reminder. I have one more message to give, and that is each and every person in this world is also able to choose the light in any given moment, even the darkest of being. And this is another reminder that in this new age, people will surprise you. People who have been very negative may suddenly turn around, and people who have been very much about the light may disappoint you. So again, expect the unexpected. Don't automatically decide who someone is. You can perhaps make decisions for yourself that perhaps you generally don't want to be around someone. You may see that generally someone has been with you for many lives and you want to let them go. And this is completely different. This is about you clearing your life out of things which need to go. But I'm speaking on another level now. When it comes to people perhaps you don't have karma with, people who aren't really deeply connected to you. Again, be very much in the mindset that things can change at any time, that you never really know what someone will ultimately decide. And so, in this way, be very much in a state where you are open to people showing you new parts of themselves. That is all. The week ahead will generally be a good one. It will be one where you are able to do many things, but also a week where you may find yourself also needing to rest a bit more because the energies are quite intense. That is all. Hmm. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening, and I'm wishing you a really good week ahead and lots of love to all of you.